Welcome to the Northern Outcast Outdoors podcast, The Outcast. Powered by A&F Custom Calls, Veteran Innovative Products.
What is up, boys and squirrels? This is episode...
Unknown at this point.
Probably
12.
12. Chucky's in charge of buttons again,
Season
but I don't
2.
know how I feel about that.
Episode 2. We may have lost an episode there, but we're going to rectify that tonight.
All right, so we got the mooch back tonight. Our boy Seaburn's listening, and Sibeli's on the camera, and we got a very overdue guest on our channel, at least. I know he's been on the Distraction a few times, but definitely overdue on ours. We got our dude, Matt Garris, out on a limb manufacturing. What is up, Matt?
I'm just working like a sled dog, boys.
Well, that's a good thing right now. That's definitely a good thing right now.
Yeah.
So what's new down in Oklahoma for everybody listening at home here?
Well, they changed turkey season.
Mm-hmm.
It starts the 16th, I believe. I think last year was the 6th.
So you actually going to go out this year without us?
Don't know, not know. Head to Illinois Wednesday or Thursday for the Illinois Deer Classic. So if y'all can get down there, come on down.
Not with the gas prices at $5 a gallon. Come on, man.
No.
That's why I'm not in the Wisconsin Dells right now.
That's right. We were
I'm
supposed to
be there.
We were supposed to do Montana this year, and then we pretty much canceled it because it would cost us so much more money just to drive there and back.
It's crazy. Try driving diesel and pulling the trailer.
Yeah, really, even that's even worse. So for everybody at home that is listening to this right now that does not know who Matt Garris is, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, he is a good-ass dude that makes tree stands down in Oklahoma.
He makes everything.
He does kind of make quite a few things down there. And we were lucky enough to get to hang out with him. What was it, last spring? Last spring, he was nice enough to let us come down there for turkey season and use his home as kind of a little launch pad down there, which was freaking incredible. And wish we could have stayed longer. I'm sure you don't wish we were there longer, but
I was good.
No, you got a really cool thing going down there, and it was like really neat to kind of see your operation, in full swing. At the time, I think you were just coming out with that hang-on that had the sticks that bolted to the platform itself.
Yeah, the Hush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got some really cool things.
There's a lot of new stuff, too.
Yeah, and you've been posting mad stuff on Instagram, too. I'm terrible with the freaking names, but I know you just posted a new picture of another platform that you had stuff bolted to.
It was a smaller Hush, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Reduced Hush. Yeah.
Like, to say innovative, maybe not, but like to perfect what is out there, you've been like doing some really, really, really cool things. And I don't know if you want to like take a second to talk about the newer stuff you've been posting about, or
the Bob or the Hush?
both.
Everything. We want to know the whole new lineup. Yeah, we got the Bob. We have the camera arm.
Trail cam mount.
Yep. We got to talk about it all.
I'm working on another little deal for a guy. You guys know Chris Liepert, I believe is his name. Got the he's going to put on the Mobile Hunters Expo.
Okay.
I believe in Illinois as well. He reached out to me yesterday and had a little project he wanted me to work on. I'm going to try to do that tomorrow, send it to him. And I'll let him kind of announce it because he just really wants it's going to be made off the trail camera mount, but it is going to be for filming. But it's going to be for a gadget that he's got, I guess.
That's really cool that you're doing custom stuff like that.
Yeah, I do a lot of custom stuff. Actually been working on a business plan. I want to try to pull an investor to grow our business. And in doing that, we're taking pictures of all the products. We have 42 different products that we build.
Wow.
Is that unreal?
That's insane. I would not have thought it was that high.
I didn't realize it till Facebook. And then we build some for other people as well. But yeah, we've got several new things. We came out with the Bob a month or so ago. Well, I think I introduced it during Harrisburg. And then people wanted a bigger Bob, so now we have a big Bob.
So what is the Bob for the people that don't know?
Okay, what a Bob is, it's a badass one stick. It's got a platform on the bottom instead of a step. And then it's got a platform on the top that adjusts up to 20 degrees. You can adjust it on the fly, whatever you want to do. You can leave it flat. You can run it angled. It's got a cable handle that slides out of it. It's pre-grilled for cam cleats. We offer cam cleats with it as well. And a 1/8" full bearing steel. But it's, so far, we don't have just a whole bunch of them out there, but the ones that do have them absolutely love them. So that's a plus.
That's what's kind of cool about you is you are like kind of like a cult name in the archery tree stand community. And it's like the people that do know of you are like, whoa, you hung out with Matt Garris? Like, there one buddy back here, he's like, dude, you didn't steal a tree stand out of there for me? I didn't know of you as well, obviously, until like I came down there with Chucky, but it was kind of a funny thing when we came back, and there was like quite a few people actually that were like, dude, you hung out with Matt Garris? Like, but it was just like a really cool, you have like a really cool corner of the community where, you know, you kind of are doing these like not progressive, but like these like really cool things, like how you said with the one stick and these different things that nobody else is doing. Like, you know, your sticks bolt to your platform and all this stuff. And
yeah,
you got these people that like kind of like, you know, follow you in the shadows, which is really cool though.
Which is really weird. I mean, I feel like we have just maxed out our reach. I mean, every time I come up with something new, we sell to the same people. We got to somehow spread our wings, because that's why I want to try to grow the company. I mean, we got a great following and we got very loyal followers. A guy tried to beat me up a little bit on not supplying the float head with camera on the other day, and that got out of hand very, very quickly. I mean, by the time he messaged me when I went home, before I went home from the shop, I got home. He thought I should give him a float head. I told him they don't come with him. And our website was a little misleading. It had a picture of a camera arm with a float head, but they all do.
Yeah.
You know, kind of what it's for. But anyway, took a shower, went out to eat. As soon as I got out of the car, my phone beeps, and he's posted on Facebook.
Oh,
and I believe that was the wrong thing for him to do. Because within 30 minutes, there were 75 comments. I mean, bashing him hard. I had to kind of take up for him.
Good grief. That's kind of the bad thing about that, though, is like how quickly like that shit can cut you.
Well, cut
yeah,
him.
I mean,
Yeah,
right?
him too. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have went either way. I mean, I felt bad and originally. Told him I'd pay his freight back if he wasn't, you know, happy with the product.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the deal. He said he should have had a float head. Well, the one I had on there was $50 float head, and I'm not giving $50 away.
No, camera stuff is not cheap. Like even like a $50 one, you know, is.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a cheap head. You
Yeah.
have cheaper ones, but you know, if you get a B free, it's $139 now, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's no joke. I mean, the stuff we got sitting here right now is like, you know, not cheap stuff. You know, someone to expect that to come with it's kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But it all worked out. He ended up keeping the camera arm, apologizing. I apologized for him publicly, just so people would quit hammering him so much. But dude, they were tearing him up, and there was not one bad comment or a comment against me, and that really, I'd had a bad week that week, so that really made me feel good that he had such a good following.
No, that's awesome.
It's just small. I mean, if you guys got any ideas on how to grow it, that's something I got to do is grow our company.
I mean, one thing I've noticed over the years with the hardcore hunters is there's a lot of brand loyalty.
Oh, yeah.
You know, not just in tree stands, but just like everything. Like, there's dudes that only shoot Matthews bows. There's dudes that only wear this kind of camo. You know, things like that over the years that, like, when you fall into that, you kind of stick with it. To get someone to cross over, you really got to, I don't know, either, like, have something terrible happen to the brand that they're, like, swearing by, that they're like, you know, screw this, I'm switching finally. I feel like the brand loyalty is, like, a real thing in the hunting community.
Yeah. We have gained some outsiders. Been kind of weird. I've had a lot of conversations with people, and I don't take my conversations onto the Facebook or anything. It's just, you know, held in confidence. And I've had some people flip the page, you know, or flip their script, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
But there's just so many hunters out there. Saddle hunting's big, and that's kind of what we have been catering to. But the regular hunting world is way bigger than the saddle world.
I agree. But you're also one of the few people I've seen that have been legitimately catering to saddle guys.
Yeah.
It's a hot ticket item right now. That's why.
It is.
Even though it's a small portion, it's what's the loudest.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fad. Yeah, but it's
a fad that's going to stay.
I agree with you. And you kind of, like I said, whenever you go online, I mean, how many companies are there that like make platforms?
Now there's a lot.
Mhm.
The competition has got so fierce, and I'm one of the few that there are other companies that build in states, but no one as small as my company that I know of. I mean, we're 4 guys strong. You guys seen it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And to put out the amount of goods that we put out and stay, we get behind in right at peak time, but that's one reason I want to grow. I want to have inventory on hand instead of doing what we do now, which we call lean manufacture. We build as we go.
Oh yeah. It's kind of a weird tightrope to walk, like at the size that you're at too.
Yeah.
I mean, you got like a pretty legitimate size building. I mean, like you can crank it out if you got to, I feel like, but with only 4 dudes, I mean, obviously it's kind of a family thing, which is also a really good thing in my opinion, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much everyone that works for me in the Out on a Limb started with me. Chase, he's my office manager. He was my first employee with Out on a Limb.
Yeah.
Logan, he kind of went AWOL for about a year, but Logan actually worked for me since he was a freshman in high school.
Oh, no
He didn't have a vehicle, so I bought an old truck and let him work it off. And
that's awesome.
he worked for me until after he graduated a good ways. They're all Logan's 25, Chase is 26. Logan's been with me since he was 15 and a half years old.
This
That's
is a compliment, but that's the most Oklahoma thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen here.
No.
You're not going to see
really?
someone
Homegrown roots.
right
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that acts that way, that treats you right like that. That you're not going to see that around here like you would out there. It's just different, way different.
Chase took a little break, decided he's going to go back to college, but that didn't last a long time. I think a semester. Then he was going to go to the military, but that was about the time we introduced the sticks and things blew up, and he decided to stick it out. We're still small. We're not making a lot of money, but we're paying our bills anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pee Wee Taylor.
I think we met him, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
Did you guys didn't get to meet Pee Wee, did you?
Yeah, we
I
met
think
Pee-wee.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking he went hunting. But anyway, he came, applied as an ambassador the year that we started ambassadorship. He came in, and he's a little guy. And I said, let's go in there and talk to Chase. He's in charge of it. He came out, and he said, I'm a welder by trade. I said, you weld aluminum? He said, yeah. So if you get some time sometime, let's see what I got. So he picked up the welder right then, and the boy could weld. He started working for me evenings because he had his own welding truck and everything. And then after, 3 or 4 months, he came on full time, and I think he's going on his 3rd year now.
That's awesome.
He loves it too. He took a big cut in pay from having his own welding truck to welding in the shop, but there's a lot of perks that go with it.
Oh, he's making tree stands for,
Yeah.
a legit company, for a cool ass dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I would take a pay cut for that in a second.
It was kind of funny one year, probably I think it's right after we won the award for sticks at ATA. Chase, he looked at me and said, you know what? I said, what's up, Chase? He said, we're kind of a big deal now. I said, hopefully it can only get better.
Yeah, he's not wrong. It's, going back to everybody does this now. It's funny because not everybody out there offers 42 different products, but
No.
it seems like every knockoff overseas company that's building these now, it's like everyone has a platform and sticks, and that's it. But they don't offer, they don't offer a whole line like what you offer. They're not offering camera arms. They're not offering, tree stands and everything else that you do that they just don't do. But the problem is, like you said, you're small and you have these people that are very brand loyal that need to get something like your product in their hands. They need to see it. They need to touch it. And that's why, going to these shows is great, but that's costing you money at the same sense.
Oh, yeah.
So it's tough.
Yeah, those shows are expensive. And what I have noticed this year, that all the very reputable, I'm going to say, companies are taken. And I think the reason, we don't even get approached, to be honest with you. I was approached by a bone collector years ago with my tree stand. I mean, years ago. And it was $30,000 back then. I couldn't afford that. I still can't. I couldn't afford it now. But because we got such a vast variety of products, we're always stepping on someone else's toes. So therefore, we don't get to do sponsorships, really.
Right. Yeah, because someone might have a tree stand sponsor, and then they have a stick sponsor or a camera arm sponsor. They have multiple different sponsors to do everything that you do already all in one.
Right, and you put our name in there, even if it's just a camera arm. Well, that associates you with climbing sticks, platforms,
Mm-hmm.
So it's a conflict of interest, kind of. I did, there's a e-bike company, and we haven't struck any deals yet. They're out of Missouri, but I'm supposed to get a rack in that they're sending me, and I'm going to put our own little spin on it, hopefully build racks for their e-bikes too. And there
you go.
That should get us, they've got some pretty good sponsors, or they do some sponsoring, so that'll at least get our name out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a fishing charter, small company. I was going to say his name wrong. Johnston McCurry, I believe is his name, and Whitney, his girlfriend. They're pretty avid mobile hunters, go all over. I reached out to them just the other day, and we're going to set them up with some products and let them do some videoing for us. I wish I knew the name of the charter company so I could throw them a bone there, but
right.
They're out of either North or South Carolina. Just a young couple. Can't be maybe 30s, maybe.
Pretty cool.
Well, Matt, you ever want to fly me down there? I'll film whatever you want, baby.
Tell you what, I mean, it's a tough go. I'm not lying. This is probably the most stressful year I've had.
Yeah.
For it just starting,
A lot of things too is, you introduce new products like every single year. You're introducing something new. There's a lot of R&D into that. There's a lot of cost into perfecting that. There's a lot of things that I know you work on, and then you just throw it away because it didn't work out the way you want it to work out.
You're exactly right.
But you're still putting money and time into that.
Oh, yeah. Try to make it a point to put, 2 to 3 products a year. This year, I mean, big boy sticks, the big bob, cellular arm. I've got a bow holder that's just almost ready. It's not exactly where I want it yet. It's going to be phenomenal, if you ask me. People may not like it, but I love it.
Is that going to be like attached to the platform in some way? Or?
It's going to be universal.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
It will bolt to a bracket that you can strap it to a tree. I hung a 24-inch pipe wrench off of it. You can't turn it. I mean, if you forced it, you could, but the weight of the pipe wrench versus the weight of a bow. But what's cool about it is it's indexable. If you want your bow to sit horizontal, your bow can sit horizontal. If you want it to sit at an angle, set at an angle. You want it to sit completely vertical, it'll sit completely vertical. And it stays away from the tree. That's my biggest thing on bow holders, especially in saddle hunting. Everyone uses a hero clip. Well, your damn bow's rubbing against the tree. I just don't like that. This makes your bow secure, stationary. You're not going to bump it, knock it off. You're not going to bump it and it bang on the, make noise on the tree. It's just going to sit there.
That's awesome. I've been looking for bow hangers for a little while, and there just seems like there's not really like a good niche product, I guess.
Right. And there's a lot of 3D printed ones, but that ain't me. I'm not a 3D printer. I'm not a computer guy. This thing is all metal. It's all aluminum. It's going to be light.
Well, that's what's really cool about your products too. Is your stuff is bomb proof.
Mm-hmm. It's unique too. It's nothing like anything else out there.
Super functional.
I'm glad you said that because
customizable. Yeah.
Like your shit could be in the tree and nuclear holocaust happen. That stand will be there and the tree won't.
We try to build with quality. You guys know that. But every now and then something happens, and you can destroy anything. I can destroy anything. I promise you.
Oh, if you mistreat
and you get guys out there that do that on purpose just to make you look bad. And I frown on that. I wouldn't do that to someone else's product.
No, if you're not like being an idiot, like you said,
Yeah.
Most things will last, but your stuff is over-engineered, without a doubt. And that's a good selling point. It's made in America by Americans, in the heart of America.
Yeah. Well, and two, I'm sure if people did their research and did the little background look into some of the other companies that they're brand loyal to and realize some of the people they sponsor and some of the people they deal with and where their products actually come from and how many times they come out blemished or just non-functional, if they looked into you at the same way, dude, they'd find out that you are a hard worker, you're quality first with everything you do, and you guys do it right there in Oklahoma. There's nothing getting shipped out, which makes your margins smaller too, which makes it tougher as a company.
It's way smaller. I've heard stories of what things cost other companies, and I'm just floored by it. I can't even imagine paying that little amount for, just take my climbing sticks for example. My machine shop labor just to build the stick cost me $32, and these guys are getting the whole things for under 20 assembled.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I'm not going overseas. I can't afford to go big time, and have millions built. But this is honest God's truth. I'm going to say, I don't know the exact number, but I bet you we have 20,000 sticks on the market in the last 3 years.
That's impressive.
And I can hold every return we got in one hand, and over half of those were probably abused.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think there's a stick company out there that can say that.
No, I don't think so.
I guarantee you.
No, hell no. I mean, like, you could
my
literally...
sticks are small, but still to hold them all in one hand, that ain't very good.
No. I mean, you could literally take yours and throw it out the window, like going down the highway, and it would, like, be completely fine. Like, I mean, first time I, like, held your stuff in my hand, I was like, holy shit, you could beat somebody with this.
It's almost military grade.
Yeah, like it's a
I try to keep it around for that purpose.
Yeah, it's like a chunk of metal. Like, well, the gunner bow went down, I'll just beat it with the stand. Screw it.
Just take a stick off and spear it.
Matt, one story I told a couple dudes up here whenever they were asking about our trip down there is the day that we got those 3 birds out on that little chunk of public out there, and we came back, 4 birds, sorry.
Thank you.
And we came back to your shop, and I think it was either Pee-wee or that real tall guy with the...
Who was that guy that was there?
I can't remember his name. He was a big, tall guy. He was taller than me.
I don't think he worked
huge.
for you.
That was Dan.
Dan, yep.
He's like, boys have any luck? And we're like, yeah, we got 4. And like, guys were like, you hunt turkeys? You came all this way to hunt turkeys? Like, and they were like, kind of like, the couple dudes were like, kind of like, thrown off that we like drove all that way to like hunt turkeys. It's like, well, it's kind of a bigger deal out here, I guess. I don't know. It's not as big down your way.
Yeah, I just never have. I've shot several turkeys with my bow just because they was there, not because I was calling them in or anything.
Yeah.
I wish you would have got to get your hands on that Jake that was walking down the line. That's what I wish. Yeah. That would have been wild.
I still have the video of that, of him leaned up on that tree.
Oh, yeah. If I hadn't gotten too risky with the camera to make sure I had it on camera,
oh man,
it probably would have happened.
I mean, for everybody at home, my first encounter with Matt, I mean, we drove down there, and it was, I mean, what time did we get there? Like 2 a.m, 1 or 2, and it was late. It was pretty late.
1 or 2.
And we piled into his like upstairs little media room up there, like passed out for a couple hours, and then we got up to hunt. So like we didn't really get to talk to Matt or whatever. So we just chilling in his garage, and he's like, "Hey, just follow me to the spot." And we like rented this Dodge Caravan. It's piece of shit van. We called it the Cram Van.
Hey, easy. That van impressed all of us on that trip.
Going, and I mean, it thunderstormed that morning too. So we like got out late. So it's raining sideways down there in the middle of Oklahoma, in the middle of these windmills, and we're going down this sketchy ass road. And Matt's in his freaking big ass truck. Next thing you know, we're behind a school bus. Fuck that school bus. Pastor Joe was driving. He looks over at me. I was like, "Dude, you better go, man." And that was my first memory of Matt.
I'm kind of known for my driving skills.
And then what? Like 3 hours later, you did that burnout in the dirt up there.
Oh yeah. Immediately, just does a donut in the middle of the red clay, flips around on the road, and says, "Hop on the tailgate, boys." I had to look at Booer and say, should we do this shit?
Hell yeah.
Should we get on here? Hell yeah.
Good times.
Oh, that was
it
awesome.
a blast.
Yeah, that
down
was
there.
so much fun.
It was such a blast.
Listen, the breakfast might have been the best of the whole trip.
I got a chicken fried steak at 3 different places, and it was incredible down there. I'll throw that out there.
I like to eat.
That's right. That's right. I thought we would make you a turkey hunter, though. I thought for sure we had a chance.
There's not much of a challenge down there, honestly. I mean, I'm not
Well, the
tooting
bird
anybody's
numbers are
horn.
thinning out. And
That too, but yeah.
another new rule this year, too, is they limit, it's one bird this year.
Oh, no shit.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, one bird.
So it's gotten worse,
Used
maybe?
to, it was every county you could shoot, or not every county, but you could shoot one in different counties. Now it's one bird statewide.
No shit. That's how it is in PA unless you get the second tag, but you got to pay extra for that before the season starts.
Right. Still not bad, but
Yeah. I mean, it's still lame.
I lost my honey hole.
for the turkeys or your
Your
honey
what?
hole, your honey hole for the turkeys or your ranch.
No, the ranch.
Yeah. That was a tough loss, man.
You ain't lying.
Even though the properties we were on were pretty badass.
Yeah. It was a really cool. I mean, I didn't know what. I mean, I just expected it to be kind of flat, and it was. But the diversity that's down there is kind of like unexpected because I mean, we drove like an hour east, and it was like cactus sand, and the other thing that was like really crazy is the public land either had crops on it or free range cattle, which was like real crazy when you're walking through the woods calling, and then all of a sudden some black Angus just roll up on your ass, like 100 of them.
Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah, it was really
Thought you was
cool.
turkey calling.
Well, they would answer you. That was the fucked up part. You like, like down the hill, and you're like, what the fuck? It was different. I mean, it's a different planet, like going down there like that.
That it is. Bunch of damn rednecks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here for it though.
Dude, but it was cool though, like that one property with the canyons and the big waterfall. That was freaking sweet.
Yeah,
And
that was
then-
really cool.
Yeah, and then you go to even the properties that you had, the other properties we went to, everything out there's like big, wide open wheat fields. And we get to your property and so there's like hills, there's little creek bottoms. There was
Mhm.
real nice vegetation, thick stuff. It was laid out really well. I'll be honest, I would trade everything I have here for those 4 properties we hit up there any day.
Oh yeah, there
Any
are
day of
birds
the
on
week.
all of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's plenty. I got plenty of places to hunt. That ranch was really nice.
Well, yeah, when you have 5,000 acres to yourself, pretty much, more or less, minus
Yeah.
what, like 300 that one other guy was hunting.
That's where I'll be hunting next.
You have to come up here, Matt, and see how turkey hunting is supposed to be. It's
Really?
supposed to kill you and frustrate you.
No.
Unless you got an e-bike.
Yeah.
That's only how Booer likes
See,
the
here we
turkey
go
hunt.
again.
I walk him up, and our buddy over here, Sibeli, we walk him up. I walk him 200 yards into the woods, on a slight uphill climb. He's still huffing and puffing, but a slight uphill, put him 200 yards up in there, and we kill a bird in the first hour. But these guys walk them all over the mountains, up and down, and you guys got into some stuff, though. I mean, it was... from what I hear, it was good turkey hunting, but I just,
It was
I
good turkey hunting.
like to do it the easy way out.
We'll cover
Yeah.
that on the next episode. Seaburn's licking his lips already. I can
Mhm.
tell. Listen, he's the only one here. Actually, no, Jeff got my back on this because me and Jeff have been through some weird zones, deep in the woods. Deep.
I like 200-yard walk.
Liar. That is a lie.
Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? I will say, Matt, we definitely appreciate you having us on that trip, though. I mean, that was
You
a
bet, it was
blast.
a good time.
Well, I still don't know if we've ever truly covered that entire
No,
trip
this is probably the
on
most
a
in
podcast.
depth we've gotten
Oh no,
talking
not
about
even
it.
close.
Yeah, and man,
It feels better talking to you. Talking about it with you on the line.
that's
now,
why we
too.
saved it.
Yeah, it's been it was a year. I got a notification on my phone a week and a half ago that it was a year to the date that we were down there.
Really? That
It was
early?
something like that.
I thought
yeah.
we were there in April. That's why I'm a little...
Was that what it was?
I thought so, because like
Yeah,
you said,
April 6th to May 6th. I don't remember
Is
what
that
week
what it
you
was?
came.
we were there probably around like the 14th, I would say.
Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Because we had
April.
we were down there and then we had a week off.
Mm-hmm.
Then the youth.
And then the
hunt.
youth. So we're doing
2
about,
weeks.
about
Right
the
about
14th,
now.
15th.
It's almost a year to the day. Pretty damn close.
Yeah. Real close.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we might as well cover the whole story, right? In somewhat of detail.
I mean, I just watched the video the other day and it did kind of get me jacked up again. I'm not going to lie. It was a badass.
So
hunt,
great.
dude.
It's a
It was
good plug
badass
right
hunt.
there.
So good.
That video you made was phenomenal. And what's funny is you didn't even get to cover half of it in that video time slot.
No, I mean, it happened. There was so much that happened in 3 days. And like I told you when we were playing in Montana, I was like, dude, I don't
Mhm.
want to feel like we're cramming everything cramming everything into those 3 days. You know, I want to like be able to breathe a little bit. Cause like, I feel like, you know, we were grinding, no doubt. And I mean, we
no
got
shit.
it. We stacked some bodies, no doubt. But I wish we could have like, you know, stopped and like, you know, smelled the roses a little bit, so
Mhm.
to speak. But
Yeah.
it was very hard to kind of condense that all down into, you know, under 10 minutes. And I mean, it was I think one of our better videos we posted. I mean, granted, it was a great trip though,
Yeah.
too. So that helps,
Yeah.
obviously.
Quality wise, I'd say the video is one of your best works for sure. For sure. It was really well put together. And everybody told me that too. Like the video when they watched it, they're like, damn, dude, that is some quality shit.
I'll drink to that.
Just to make your head a little bit bigger until that freaking hat explodes.
Yeah, I got a nice close up of Matt in the intro there.
Yeah. But we did. We packed in like sardines in that van, had every inch of it taken. Drove 16 hours all the way out to Matt, got there late, got up early. That first day too sucked, man. The weather was
it did.
horrible.
Yeah.
It was raining, snowing, sleeting. That whole day was just god awful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Pulling up to that first spot when we heard those gobbles in the tree, though, I forgot all about the rain. And, you know, I was like, "Here we go, baby!"
First spot, first
Hammered
second
in the tree.
out of the truck / van.
First off, Matt was like the mayor down there. He just knew everybody and had every spot. So, I'll call that guy and we'll see if we can get on his property down there.
Freaking mayor. We did. We did. We got on that first bird and didn't want to play the game. I think he was with hens and kind
Some
of.
deer blowout through there, the spot on the river we were sitting on there.
Mhm.
It was kind of freaky there for a second.
Yeah. And they slipped us somehow, but we ended up driving around all day. We saw those like 6 birds. Remember, they're all like fluffed up.
Yeah, we
and-
got a real cool picture of that video, the clip of that on the
Yeah,
video.
we tried getting a hold of that lady. I remember, Matt. You were trying to call. You called a couple
Hey.
people that knew her.
I talked to a guy the day before yesterday where we saw those turkeys when we stopped on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that land's for sale.
Well, maybe we're gonna need to
Oh,
buy
Matt, you were
some land.
talking about investors. Well,
Possibly you.
hold my beer.
Exactly. And that's right here close to the house.
What
Yeah,
is
that was
that
really close to you.
Was that a quarter or how's that property?
Well,
land?
it is 160 acres, but it touches a mile apart. It touches all 3 of those roads. It's a big T up in there, inside there.
Okay.
Got a lot of timber on the north side, field on the south side, and a little bit of timber on that west side that we were on.
So
Big.
you're saying
Big
it's
spot.
worth a look.
I even said something to my wife last night, and she said, "Why don't we buy it?" I said, "Because it takes money."
Come on, can't
I
you
wish
just?
my wife would say something like that.
I think all of us are saying the exact same thing right now.
I tell my
I was
wife
kind of surprised to hear her say it, but
Yeah.
if I tell her when she gets back here that we're buying property in Oklahoma, I might get kicked out of the house.
Oklahoma's not a bad place to live. You can see a long ways.
I honestly, she might want to move out there. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I mean, that's my kind of life out there, man. Just nice
Yeah.
and easy. Go to the diner for lunch.
Yeah, as long
every
as that
day.
diner's open still, I'm
Oh,
in.
man.
Yeah, there's several of them.
Hot damn, those that first one and then the
The
one we
last
went
one.
to, the last one, I
The
think,
last
yeah,
one was really good.
because
the
we
last
went
one-
to that
oh.
IHOP or whatever in between, and
The last
'Cause it was the only one
IHOP,
open on
they had
Sunday.
That, real thick bacon. I remember me and
Yeah.
Matt got, and it was like
Yeah.
not that good.
it was like it just
It was
tastes like
super
ham.
let down.
You guys kind of talked it up at first, and then I
Well,
bought
that
it.
dude we that Matt knew when we like walked in there was eating, and he's like, "Oh, you need to get this," and then we got it, and I was like, "This kind of sucks."
Just pig fat.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, so that first day sucked. It really did. And we walked around. We got to see all your properties pretty much, and Got to some really cool shots that are on the video. We talked about that canyon spot. That's really cool with the waterfall. Quit messing with my cat, man. And then the next day we got up and decided, well, we're just going to give public land a try because there's a spot that I had heard about from a buddy or a resource or whatever you want to call him. And he lived near that spot. And he said, there's birds on it, dude. I'm telling you. And I think, Matt, you had some stuff going on in the shop. So
Yeah.
all of us just packed into the van and we headed out there. It was Sam and I were hunting together, and then we dropped Booer, Jeff, and Joe off on another spot. And right off the bat, right out the gate, we were a little late, and there were birds hammering. Like, as soon as we opened the door, they were just birds going off.
Oh, yeah. The best part about this whole thing was the night before when we were sitting at his table talking about this. He was saying about the river going through. He's like, you can't cross the river.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Jeff crossed the river.
R.I.P. to his binoculars.
Yeah, it cost me binoculars.
And everybody's like, you did what? How'd you get here so fast? Like, we crossed the river.
In hindsight, probably should have listened.
Never found your binoculars, did they?
No, they didn't.
No, it was gone.
Yeah, they were gone.
We went back like after we got the birds, and then like we went to that other spot, and then on the way back we stopped again and tried to look, and we still didn't find them again. They're 100% in the river.
We literally marked some spots on the map, and like I'm pretty sure there's gonna be birds roosted right here, and we damn near dropped pins right on them.
Oh yeah,
like right on them, and took us a little bit, but the first birds that Sam and I got on, we went the wrong way on the right side of the river. And then they pitched down to the other side, so we had to come all the way back out, go across the bridge, go around the other side. And then I forgot all my calls and everything at your house. They were sitting in your garage. Happened to just pull out a slate call. Found a striker just randomly in my vest.
It's funny you say that. Oklahoma claimed so many calls from me. My strikers, my expensive strikers, my gobbler call. It's all down there somewhere.
No shit, I didn't know that.
It's all down there.
I lost most of my strikers like the first day I had them. I put them in this vest, and they have like those striker pockets.
It was from us crawling, because we had to crawl through the field there when we were coming up to you guys. I lost my Fox Pro Hickory striker, my like real expensive S1, both of my like expensive Primos ones, my 777. I lost 4 strikers down there and my gobbler call, all in like one like assault. I mean, granted, it was worth it. It was 100% worth it. But
what amazes me is you weren't even hunting and you lost everything.
No, but who was the supreme caller?
I mean, you were hunting, but you did not have like an actual. You weren't killing.
No, I was.
You didn't have a
shooting,
license.
but with the camera. Yes.
Yeah.
That was my. I mean, that was the deal I made with everybody. That I was like, hey, I'll come film this. I want it to be legit, and then you owe me a bird when we come home, which. In some strange, unforetold scenario, you delivered.
Hey, listen.
On the very first day at first light. And I will drink to that, my brother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it was a dandy.
It was a dandy. It was a good hunt. But basically, long story short, we waxed 4 birds that day from that spot. I shot one, and then Sam got up with his bow and tried to shoot the second one, and it was like 56 yards away. So he dropped it, grabbed my shotgun, and blasted another one, and then...
People still don't believe us when we tell that. It's like, you watch the video, and it doesn't actually, like, do it justice. Like, it was a solid 45 minutes.
It was almost a full hour.
Almost an hour.
It was 56
from the time
minutes.
you shot and the time we got there. Because there was actually... This was kind of fucked up going back to the river thing. You didn't realize we crossed the river and we said where we were and we were trying to get up there and you were explaining where you were.
And like an idiot, I thought we weren't going to have enough reception to actually send you a pin. So I was sending screenshots instead of just sending you the pin. And then finally I was like, I'm just going to send you the pin so you guys can find me.
Yeah. And then when we set up and actually called twice and we were nowhere near you. And then we ended up finally crawling with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Joe finally linked up with us and then all
Joe
3 of us crawled up. And it was carnage, but it was people don't understand how insane that actually was that happened.
Yeah. The bird sat there. There was actually, I think, 3 left. They sat there and just beat the shit out of the 2 dead ones. And they just kept beating it up, grabbing its snood, pulling it in the air, and flipping it around, and just beating the hell out of
footage we
them.
got of that was incredible.
Mhm.
It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And then one left, and the other two weren't so fortunate, and Joe and the boys rolled in. Just right over, like almost shot us.
Knock around guys.
Yeah, and then crawled up to us, and it was just like a ba-boom. More dead birds. It's unreal.
Matt, what did you think with a bunch of Pennsylvania hillbillies rolling down there and just like slaughtering an entire bloodline down there, basically?
I thought it was a good time.
It was a great time.
They basically had to change the season.
Pretty much.
That was our fault. We may have played a part in the decline of turkey populations.
Oh,
I think
Poor
you guys got
Jakes.
the rules changed for us.
100%.
That's the Pennsylvania rule. The one bird rule.
Come heavy or don't come at all, baby. That's the Wizards rule.
I hope that we get out there again and come join you. And I wanted to get out there this past fall for deer hunting, but like you said, you lost the ranch, and it was really tough. You know, we didn't want to come intrude on areas that you were now going to be hunting, but you know, losing that ranch was really tough for you. And I was like, yeah, we're not going to make that trip. Not at this point, you know.
Yeah. I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket this year.
That's right. That's right. And that was the tough part for you, you know, for deer season, just jumping forward to the fall, because like you said, you had everything invested. You had a lot of money invested into that.
Oh, yeah.
That
2
one
food
property.
plots, 3,000 pounds of corn that I put out over the summer.
Jeez, oh man.
Yeah.
I hunted it for 22 days and never drew on anything. Didn't want to. I mean, I was. Oh, there's little dogs coming.
I know that dog.
I think we all do.
Oh, that's great, man. Absolutely wonderful. So that's the story. I want to jump back into products again, though, because we didn't get to cover really in depth. I wanted to talk about that, the cell camera arm.
Yeah.
Not technically. I know you call it the cellular arm, but it's basically a camera arm for your cell phone.
Right. It's just a lightweight. That thing weighs 1.5 pounds with a strap. Doesn't plus your head, of course, but it, I don't know. It's probably been a better seller than any other arm we've put out right now. Just everything is in limbo. I don't understand it.
I don't know. I'm hoping something turns, something changes. I don't know if it's just the fact of inflation right now that people are holding tight to their wallets.
Yeah, I think it's that fuel. I mean, that's something everybody has to spend money on.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, and if you're spending an extra $50 to $100 a week in fuel, depending on what you drive and what your commute looks like, you know, that's $300-$400 out of your pocket every month.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
look
just
at the
makes it
price
tough.
Price of gas a gallon and look at the price of milk a gallon. That'll
Right.
tell you exactly how expensive everything else is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't do a whole lot of anything anymore without dishing out more money than you're used to.
Yeah.
And that's a shame, because the whole backlash of that is small companies like yourself. You're the one that takes it the worst, because,
Oh, yeah.
you know, hunting is more or less a pleasure purchase, right?
Yeah.
We buy stuff for hunting to fill a void for what we're doing. But, like, you know, I'm probably not going to upgrade a whole lot this year, just for that simple fact. You know, every year I typically have something new, something different.
Yeah.
But I will have one of them cellular arms. Damn sure of it. I'm going to replace the Reach. I like the Reach, but, dude, 1.5 pounds.
Yeah, and it's just so much more compact, and it's basically the same arm as the Reach. I mean,
Right.
as far as the length and everything, it's a little. The arms are a little beefier. They're 5/8 tall, where the Reach is 1/2 inch square. And then I flued them out to take the weight down. But they're 2 10s and an 8, which I believe that's what the Reach is, if I remember right. But all being one piece, you don't have to, put the bracket up, and it goes up so easy. And the mount itself is so rock solid. It's just not even funny.
Matt, if you were going to compare that mount to like the two other brands that are like kind of the, biggest competitors of that, I mean, not. To
I don't
say
think there's any comparison. It's just, well, it's so simple. It's more secure. No tools. It just works. That ball system that we developed years ago, and I just keep condensing it. It just works. you're not going to you could put a big camera on it. You're not going to twist the bracket off the tree like you do some others.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ball system, the leveling ball system that's top notch.
Yeah. Now, I will say that the cellular arm does not have the full range of motion like the Reach does and the other camera arms, because I did develop it more for saddle hunting, and 9 times out of 10, you're on a fairly straight tree at that point, where the camera arm's at.
Right. You mean the range and the fact of the ball system, because it's a little smaller.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and it goes, like the Reach, it goes straight out from the bracket, so you got the whole radius.
Right.
On the cellular arm, it goes to the top, and the ball is actually your pivot point for your first section.
Oh,
where
okay.
the other ones, you slip the stem into a receiver, so it gets tighter to the tree too.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I know even from I had the first gen Reach, and I know you created a second attachment from that even worked even better. I'll probably be selling the Reach and buying that cellular arm, because it honestly, it got to the point where the fiddle factor sometimes getting that on and then getting the camera arm into it, and it's very compact. Even the Reach is great, don't get me wrong, I loved it. It was better than anything else that I had at the time, so I used it, but just got to the point where I just didn't want to spend the extra time to put it on the tree and then pull the other piece out of my pocket or out of the pack, and set it up. So I kind of stopped filming that and just being lazy and not wanting to carry that heavy ass camera around, to be honest. But I think this will change the game for me a little bit. I'll just make sure that I know the fluid head's not coming with it.
Yeah. I would personally, I can't find them right now, that Andor head that we have on our website.
Yeah.
It's $30 at tops, but it is, to me, the best style just because of that flip over deal. Because usually when you're filming, you want your phone sideways, but when you're reading a text or something, I want mine stood up.
Yeah, that is nice for using a cell phone.
It allows you to do that, to where the one I have now, you can put it on a pivot mount, but that pivot is so flexible and squirrely. I take that off and just mount it directly to the fluid head, so you don't have all the shaking going on.
Anymore with our camera arms, we've been using ball heads. I feel like that's a little bit more compact, a little more.
Yeah. Well, that when you get ready to look, it's made by Small Rig.
Oh, I love Small Rig.
It's as small as those little ball heads are.
Yeah, I think I have something very similar to the one you're talking about. I freaking love it. But most of the stuff I have is Small Rig, like all of my camera accessories.
Yeah.
You can't beat it for the price on Amazon.
My wife and daughter made me a steak. I think I'm going to have to go eat
it. Yeah, well, that's all right. We're about
that time.
To an hour anyways, so I just want to make sure that everyone knows. Just go on to outonalimbmfg.com.
Correct.
Go on to the website, check out the products. Everything's on there. You can purchase everything on there. Matt is always on Facebook Live, doing little Q&As and going over sneak peeks on products. You're going to see them there first with, like the bow mount that you're doing and some of the new stuff you have coming out, like the bob. I know you were teasing it there as well, but
yeah.
But you can find them on Instagram, Facebook. What else? What else you wanted to hear?
We do have a YouTube channel. As soon as I get enough subscribers, I'll start doing YouTube Live.
Ooh, baby.
Just our Facebook page, Out on Limb MFG LLC. I've been trying to do Q&As daily again. I've missed a couple of days this last week. I've had a lot of stuff going on by the company. And when I'm in a bad mood, you don't want me on the air, because I don't know if you guys were on there the other night. I went on a little rant about how people test products.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, sometimes you just need to let it out, babe.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe you'd be surprised. Maybe that's your calling. You need to get on there pissed off and just start,
I got a little heated. I know that. And it was like a flip of a switch, too. Poor Kevin, he didn't know. He sent me a message. I said, man, I didn't mean to fire you up. I said, you did. You just said the right words. And it flipped my switch. My switch has got a hair trigger anymore. I think the spring broke.
Hey, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just gotta send it.
Well, Matt, once again, thank you for everything. Thanks for last year having us. Thank your wife as well. She cooked for us.
Anytime.
She was fantastic, and you let her know that we're we're grateful and we're thinking about you guys, and hopefully your business turns around here for the best when season's just around the corner.
Oh yeah, it'll pick up.
Well, good
All
luck
right, guys,
to you,
I
sir.
appreciate you. You too.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you.
Thank you, Matt. Take it easy.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Did you hit the record button?
Not yet. I'm not yet. I want to do a little. I was gonna end cap it, but if that's where you want to end it, we can end it.
The mooch is about to buzz. I'm about to buzz.